Farmers are among the most affected by the rising cost of fuel. One group has stepped up to help farmers bring their produce to consumers. Good morning. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno, and this is At the Forefront. The country's farmers face various challenges in order to earn a living. Their crops may be damaged by harsh weather. Farmers may also be shortchanged by middlemen. Some farmers even dump their crops on the side of the road, unable to sell them for various reasons. That's where Rural Rising Philippines comes in. It's a non-government organization that gives farmers access to consumers. Let's find out how they do it. We'll be speaking with Andie Estrada. She's one of the founders of Rural Rising Philippines. Good morning, Andie.
Good morning, Attorney Karen.
Okay, so Andie, let's start to get to know what Rural Rising is. What is Rural Rising?
Well, Rural Rising Philippines is a farmer support initiative. We focus on helping distressed farmers who are not able to sell their produce and give them access to the market, and by providing logistical support and marketing support. And pretty much that's what we've been doing for the past 6 years.
6 years?
It's our anniversary today. I just
really?
realized.
Happy
yes.
anniversary to Rural Rising. So
Yes.
perfect that you're here today para naman malaman ng ibang tao that Rural Rising exists and what you do. So for Rural Rising, not only do you bring the produce to the consumers directly to help the farmers, but you also sell it cheaper.
Oh yes, way cheaper. And we've been asked a lot, if you sell it that low, does that mean you get it that low from the farmers as well? Well, by standards of low, it's very relative. What we make sure is that we get it at the price that would still allow them to plant for the next crop. And it's a price that they themselves ask us to pay. It's not something that we force them to give to us at. And they're making sure that it's still always higher than the farm gate price.
Higher than the farm gate price. Okay, so Andie, paano naman kung hindi marunong magpresyo yung farmer? Have there been instances na tinulungan niyo yung farmer na magpresyo ng tama?
Yes.
Para hindi naman sila lugi.
That's quite actually a very common occurrence to us. Ang farmers masyadong humble eh. When we ask them, oh, how much are you selling it for? Or magkano po ba yung gusto nyo? And the farmers, almost 90% of the time will tell us, magkano po bang bibigay nyo? And it's something that, you know, frankly makes us very uncomfortable kasi it's a tempting question. Like, syempre you want to be able to parang
Get the best bargain, di ba?
It's a human nature. But of course, we give the question back to them and say, magkano po ba ang palagay niyong tama para sa inyo, para hindi kayo lugi? And then when they give us the price, sometimes I find it, we're not a trader that would always compare how much we can get it for that day. It's always about, are you comfortable at that price? That's what we give.
And by how much kayo mas mura than what people can get fruits and vegetables from the palengke or the groceries?
We're very confident that we're always lower than what you can get anywhere. But when I say anywhere, we're talking about the market here. Definitely, if you go to the trading post where you usually consolidate spaces ng let's say Benguet or Vizcaya, which is NVAT, we're probably gonna be same price, but of course we have the truck and we have all the other costs that go with it.
And how do people access the produce? So I've visited your website and meron din mga fruits and vegetables that you say are to be saved, meaning pwede kang bumili for 350 pesos, makakabili ka ng 1 or 2 kilo of a certain
or
type of vegetable
5.
or minsan 5 kilos. Pati broccoli, di ba? Mas mura siya. So, if I were to buy from your website, how will I get the vegetables or fruits?
Well, so there are many ways to buy from us. One is the website, ruriclub.com. So it's just a normal e-commerce site where you could buy, order, and then set the pickup time or delivery. And then you could find us on GCash. We're on Food Hub ng GCash. We're also at, we have physical stores. You can visit our Quezon City at West Triangle, in Mandaluyong at Abida Santera, and of course in Alabang at Alabang Town Center.
Oh, so you also deliver? Hindi naman kailangan i-pick up?
Oh, yes. We find ways, and I think this is what we've already practiced a lot over the years, that we always find ways to bring the produce from the market to the consumers.
Have there been any instances where the amount that's been brought online, yung mga binili, are not sufficient to be met? I mean, kasi nakita ko, pagka merong, yung mga mura talaga are the produce that's meant to be saved. Yung parang, I don't know if, dahil nga yung, like you said, i-dispose na sila ng farmers, kaya dinadala nyo sila, tinutulungan nyo silang ibenta. Pero yung iba parang it's for harvesting pa lang. So have there been instances where you have orders that were not met because yung estimate ng kilos na ibebenta ninyo were not enough doon sa nabenta na?
I think to give you and everyone a clear idea of how we do rescue buy, there are many instances. The first one is the farmers already threw. I mean, we met the farmer because nagtapon na siya ng gulay. And what we do is we launch a campaign to help that particular farmer. And sometimes meron pa siyang aanihin, so we are able to get the next harvest. We already committed na huwag ka na magtapon, next time we'll get it, don't do that again. Or based on the story ni farmer, he's able to help the other farmers around this area or the other farmers of the same crop. Or sometimes naman, hindi man itong season na to, definitely will be there waiting for his harvest in the future.
Okay. So, yung mga ino-order sa inyo, laging na-fulfill yun?
Laging na-fulfill, yes. Well, there are instances na yung ating mga, let's say, a very strong campaign, and this is a good problem to have. Daming umorder. Medyo, tapos yung projection ng farmer hindi na meet. Many reasons. Or sometimes naman, he's able to actually solve it on his own. He probably doesn't need rescue by effort from us anymore. Meron siyang nakuhang buyer na siguro mas nakausap niyang mas maayos. Or andun na kasi yung buyer doon sa farm, bibilin na. And he'll tell us, ma'am, wala na yung nabenta ko na po. Parang congratulations, that's what we do naman. So we ask our members and say, good news, nabenta na ni ganito yung kanyang produce. And why don't we help another farmer? Let's divert our funds. Kasi we have the funds that we were able to gather together and help that farmer.
Since you do rescue buys, yung mga dapat itatapon na binibili nyo para ibenta sa consumers, have you had quality issues?
Quality issues. What we can guarantee is they're always fresh. They're always freshly harvested. When we say quality, kasi again, relative, ano ba yung sometimes tayong Filipino pag maganda.
Kasi the others, when they go to the grocery, hinahanap nila yung perfect mango, walang mga pasa, walang
Yes.
And yung mga vegetables, kailangan walang mga...
Or diretso.
Or yung walang, what do you call that? Yung hindi, walang itim-itim sa side, yung mukhang fresh talaga.
That's normal and we understand. But you see, when you go to the farm and then help them, you have to get and take all that they're harvesting. Otherwise, we'll be like everyone else, the traders who would only get the Class A. We're there to get the Class A to Z. So kung ano man yan, kung maliit or hindi maganda or basta hindi bulok. It's freshly harvested.
And they're all edible.
Oo naman.
Nandun pa yung nutrition din ng vegetables.
Sometimes nga pag pangit, that's what we know na hindi masyadong bubugyan sa chemical. Ibig sabihin yung farmer, baka he didn't have enough funds to buy pesticides and therefore it's probably safer for all of us.
Yeah. How has the spike in fuel prices affected your operations?
It's affected us so much. I mean, oil is something that is used in agriculture all the way from planting to harvest, distribution.
Even
everywhere.
In the fertilizer, I found out also, no?
Yes, and it's
an ingredient.
These are all derivatives, so definitely affected po talaga. Even the pagpatubig, because it's needing diesel for the motor to run.
no. Okay.
Whatever they're using, unless it's an organic farmer. That's why we're trying to push for organic farming, or at least start working on non-conventional farming. Kasi po, talagang yung dependence natin sa chemicals, fertilizers and pesticides are the ones driving our yan, kamukha niyan. Because of the crisis now, baka hindi magtanim ang farmers natin, sabihin, palipasin muna itong crisis na ito, and what will we eat in the Philippines?
How has the government supported the farmers or initiatives like yours ng Rural Rising Philippines? But before you answer this question, we'll have to take a short break.
Okay.
At the forefront, we'll be right back.
All right.
Welcome back at the forefront. We continue our conversation with Andie Estrada. She's one of the founders of Rural Rising Philippines. Andie, based on what's going on right now, rising costs of fuel, you said, has affected all farming operations.
Oh, yeah.
What is the government doing to support the farmers and also initiatives like yours, Rural Rising Philippines?
Okay, well, definitely the government has a lot of programs, and I'm sure, and I'm hearing that there will be a full implementation of Sagip Saka law. They're pushing for it. It's a very good law. It would really help the agriculture and our farmers. But it's always about having the resources, just making sure that it reaches the people at the right time. That's the challenge.
But the Department of Agriculture has mentioned before that they would have projects like mga drying facilities, pati yung mga common warehouses
Or storages.
Storages,
Yes.
So meron na bang na-implement na gano'n?
Meron na yan. It's just that yun nga, the sheer number of people who need these help, that's the thing. And also the consistency of these programs being implemented. The level of, our country is very wide. So many farmers, about 10 million of them. So that's a challenge. Again, the programs are there, the funding, the resources, the initiative, the political will, they're all there. It's just about how fast can it get to the people.
How wide are your operations? Sa Luzon lang ba
Right
kayo or
now?
meron sa Visayas and Mindanao?
Actually, we're already working in 39 provinces. Well, I can't say na 39 provinces in the whole province, they're all municipalities. We've already helped and sourced even Visayas and Mindanao. But with these rising oil prices, that really limited our reach. We can't go to Cebu now. So many flights have been canceled.
Shipping, how?
Shipping,
Hindi ba mas mura?
Take for example, the strawberries. Ang strawberry kasi dapat every other day hino-harvest. But because of the very high diesel prices from farms to the market, they are harvesting every 3 days na lang para they'll pull together. Ang nangyayari doon, the strawberries become too ripe. And then, they all are thinking of the same strategy. So, nagsasabay-sabay sila. So, the market is flooded with strawberries now. And right now, at Rural Rising, we're selling it at $9.99 for 3 kilos.
3 kilos ng strawberries?
3 kilos of strawberry.
999 pesos
Yeah, you
lang?
have to get 3 kilos. I'm sorry.
Pero you can split it naman with your family,
yeah.
with your friends.
That's
Kasi
the
ang mahal-mahal ng strawberry sa supermarket.
That's the whole idea. Like, get your friends and family to do this together. I understand we don't have enough refrigerator spaces, or sometimes the funds may not be there at this time.
But you can pool together no, with friends.
And
But
yeah.
Sa experience nyo ba, meron kayong problema with having to pay fees sa mga LGUs? Because I've heard this from other sa poultry and other types of commodities na pagka dumadaan sila sa iba't ibang cities or LGUs, iba-iba yung sinisingil. So patong-patong din yung cost.
No naman. So far, we have not experienced that. And also to just go back to your question whether the government has helped Rural Rising. Not directly, but sometimes I think it's about us approaching them that we need. They're also always willing, the municipality, LGU, parang MAO, Municipal Agriculture Office, if you would connect these offices, they're very willing. Pero right now, what we're trying to do is what we can do privately. The government is so burdened right now of all the things that's happening around us. So
Yeah.
parang we're trying to do what we can.
But have you not reached out to the Department of Agriculture? Meron ba silang initiatives that they're coordinating with you?
Yes, specifically this. So we're rescuing cabbages from Santa Ana, Cagayan, and that's so far from here. And then we've been working on doing it for the longest time because it's so difficult. And the farmers there, they planted about 300 tons. 300 tons of cabbages. That's unimaginable. And to get, let's say, 6 tons, it would cost, or 18 tons would cost 35,000 to haul. And when you get here, syempre the distribution is a challenge again. The Department of Agriculture in Region 2 in Cagayan helped us with this particular haul. So as we speak, the cabbages are on their way to Rural Rising West in Quezon City. And I'm enjoining everyone to get, it's just plug na. 299 or 299 pesos for 10 kilos na po yun.
10 kilos of cabbage, 299 pesos lang
per kilo. But yes, you have to get 10 kilos so that we're able to move more. Right now, if you say, oh, you know what, cabbages in Benguet, or cabbage in Benguet and everyone else are probably 10 or 15 pesos. But yes, why do we give 10 or 15 pesos a farmer? Let's give them 30 pesos. Kung 29 natin binibenta, bigyan natin yung 29 sa kanila.
Based on your experience so far, do you believe that the Philippines should allow corporate farming? I mean, meron kasi tayong law, di ba, yung CARP law, Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, that limited, like how much land, agricultural land a person can own. Pero kung payagan ng malalaking lupa at ilipat ito sa corporations, do you think that would be better in terms of efficiency and resources?
Ano naman to, no? Okay. Corporate farming, and I'm sure a lot of companies now, the top 5 companies in the Philippines have already invested in corporate farming. Maganda po yun if it does not alienate yung mga smallholder farmers. But to be honest, the sad reality is we are actually making or creating competition for our Filipino farmers by doing that. Siyempre po, wala silang panama dun sa galing ng corporate farming with this AI technology and all that.
Hindi, kung gawin silang shareholder, di ba? In exchange for their land. So, do you think there's room for
Actually, that works. Yeah, definitely.
And then, you mentioned kanina na dahil sa taas ng fuel prices, maraming mga farmers ang ayaw muna magtanim. Are you concerned about food security in the medium to long term? Lalo na kung tumagal pa itong Middle East conflict.
Yan nga po, di ba? Even before the crisis, problema na natin yung food security. We've already been talking about the access, availability, and affordability. So right now we have this problem. How much more? And yes, I feel that the farmers would probably say, let this crisis be over and wag muna tayo magtanim. But, you know, pagtatanim is something that if you stop now, you'd feel it months later. What if a lot of them do that?
So do you think that's a valid concern? Meron bang...
Very valid po talaga.
Okay. So, ano ang dapat gawin ng gobyerno para hindi tayo magka-food shortage?
Sana po agarang financial support right now. Pero dapat targeted siya. Kasi po pag nagbigay lang talaga ng funds ngayon and then they could spend it anywhere. Anyway, that's really not useful and efficient.
So, kailangan masustain yung pag-plant ng mga gulay at prutas.
And then push for organic farming. Really, it's one way to but it's just easier said than done. Ang hirap po. We tried encouraging a lot of our group of farmers convert into, it's not, sabi nga nila, it's like changing your religion. And it takes a lot of...
Aaralin mo rin paano gawin yun. So, lastly, since we have only a few minutes left, how did you and your husband get into Rural Rising Philippines? You both were involved in running a school before.
Yes.
Paano kayo napunta sa ganitong klaseng trabaho? And is this non-profit? Paano nyo naman nasusustain to financially?
Oh, okay. It was an accidental initiative. We were residents of Baguio City, and since we're very close to La Trinidad, which is the vegetable capital of the north, well, it's a contest between NBAT and Baptisi. And we saw the vegetables being thrown away. Not really thrown away at that time pa. At the beginning of pandemic, it was being given. And it's something that we've never seen before. I mean, vegetables is something that's normal for us in Baguio, but people don't give it away. And we saw that during the pandemic. And we just posted something. My husband, he likes writing and he's good at it. And he posted it, and people said, oh, you know, why don't you bring the vegetables down here to Manila? Marami nagugutom. And that's what we did. And we thought it's something that we were just gonna do during pandemic. And before we knew it, more people supported the efforts. And then now we're in Manila, where the market is. A lot of good people and kind-hearted people around us making it happen. And we're just very thankful that we became the platform for helping.
How much have you grown? Ilan na kayo ngayon in terms of staffing?
The staffing still konti. And it's a challenge that we've been facing every day because gulay is something that's
Highly
tangibly
perishable.
very heavy, a lot of loading, unloading, and packing, and very perishable. We don't have, you asked me how sustainable. It's something that, you know, admittedly, it's not easy. We're using our personal funds for it. It's a non-profit, definitely. A lot of people, when they come to the store, always feel like, how do you do this? How? Parang takang-taka. Kami lang takang-taka every day, how we are surviving.
Yeah.
But we just live each day as we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Andie. But before we go, again, siguro remind everyone about the fresh fruits and vegetables that they can buy for you, from you na sobrang mura lang.
Okay. Well, first of all, salamat po sa lahat ng mga tumulong so far for the last 6 years. It's our anniversary today, and it's quite fitting that we're on this show. When we started this, we didn't know that it's going to be something we would love to do. It makes us proud and honored to be working with the Filipino farmers. Please keep supporting the effort. It may not just be us. A lot of people have already started doing what we're doing. And buy local, yun po yung ano, let's fight very consciously the import products. Kung pwede pa, wag nating tangkilikin yun. Kahit mura sila, kahit perfecto sila. And of course, wag pong magtapon. Try to be very conscious about how we're protecting our environment, how we are helping our farmers. And please visit Rural Rising PH sa page po ng Facebook and our stores in Metro Manila.
Thank you so much, Andie, and good luck to Rural Rising.
Thank
Happy
you.
anniversary
Thank you.
again. Farmers remain at the heart of our food security, yet many continue to bear the heaviest burden of rising costs and an inefficient supply chain. Initiatives like Rural Rising Philippines show that with innovation and compassion, we can bridge the gap between those who grow our food and those who consume it. But real lasting change will require more than grassroots efforts. It demands sustained support, smarter policies, and a deeper recognition of the value of our agricultural sector. Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. I'm Atty. Jimeno. Always stay at the forefront.